Hello everyone and welcome to a Little Nightmares 2 theory video. First things first, a spoiler warning for Little Nightmares and Little Nightmares 2, so please don't watch if you haven't played them already. Now that that's out the way, I want to talk about what I mentioned in my last theory video, the mysterious character we haven't really been introduced to in Little Nightmares 2, unless you've seen the character in the deluxe edition of Little Nightmares where you see the art book and get lots of little goodies with it as well. Also, if you have a keen eye in Little Nightmares 1, you might have recognised him from the Residence DLC. But if you have the art book, I will go ahead and ask you to turn to page 48. You will find an interesting character. This character is the one I want to talk about, as there are a lot of interesting questions and theories that surround this mysterious character, and I'm going to do my best today to try and answer and theorise about them. So, who is he? So from our understanding, we have all named him the Barber, as this is because of the placement and his appearance on first glance from the art book. But interestingly, this isn't the first time we've seen the Barber in-game. His appearance came to us in the Residence DLC, where he was part of the painting puzzle. And in this puzzle, we have to keep his light on to progress to the new room with the statue in. At this point in the story, we assume that the Barber has some type of important role and reputation in the world of Little Nightmares, or at least on the moor. We do in fact see this fine fellow again in Little Nightmares 2 at the start of the school level. We get to see another portrait of him up close, but this time it's been knocked off the wall, indicating to us about the puzzle with the teacher's portrait as well. Again, another painting puzzle, but what's more interesting at this point is what kind of place does the Barber hold in the world of Little Nightmares? It's safe to assume that he has a lot of presence in a lot of areas, but I am surprised to see him with his own shop in the Pale City. But we'll come back to that in a moment. I want to talk more about the Barber and his placement at the school. I must admit, I'm confused at the idea of the Barber and all these paintings around the moor and the school. Why does he make an impact at both of these locations while not actually being there? Then I had an idea for a theory. What if the Barber is the one of the creatures that are involved in the creation of the porcelain children? I theorised that the Barber is the one who influences the haircuts that we see in all of the bullies. From what we can see about the hair from the bullies, it's that they're very well crafted, very well detailed. And the reoccurring theme of crafting in the Little Nightmares world is something that's very common, as we can see it with the janitor, the craftsman, and the doctor. The Barber fits right into the creation process of the children, making them more realistic. And who's to say it stops there? Maybe he had a hand in creating a lot more hair in the world of Little Nightmares, such as the teacher, possibly working alongside the doctor to create the chef masks. Now back to the topic of the Barber's location from earlier. We see the concept art that has a barber shop that appears in the Pale City, even having a placement in one of the buildings. Not to mention, from the concept, we can see a well-detailed interior too. And of course, from this, it's safe to assume that the Barber is indeed that, a barber. With the extra long pair of scissors. I must admit, I've never seen scissors so long, and scissors that you hold with two hands. This world really is full of nightmares. But with that being said, I do think this is why the Barber is one of the scariest characters in Little Nightmares, not just two. I think the Barber, if he would have caught you, you would have actually seen what happens to the child. I think in fact, the Barber would cut the children in two, and thus being the most brutal death in game. And I don't think Mono or Six can just wake up from that one, that's for sure. Truth be told, maybe that's why he was cut. I'm sorry. Even with that being said, where would the Barber fit in game? I think it's safe to assume that we would have run into the Barber just before the school, as there's a section that resembles that of the Barber's shop in game, which appears to now just be a diner, with customers that have disappeared in the chairs. So at one point we know the concept of the Barber was going through extra stages of development. As we can see multiple stages the Barber gets in the concept drawings, and it's a little further than a lunch lady, for example. So why was he scrapped? I think it would be a number of things really, all the way from not enough time to didn't quite fit the theme, and I can't imagine the amount of resources that would have had to go into making the AI logic for this enemy, because it would be a little bit more different than just chasing down and catching and fading out a camera. But with that being said, it may still be plausible to see him at some point in the franchise. I theorise that we could even see him as a potential DLC character, and I would assume with this much going into the concept that he was discussed a lot in development and they must have liked the idea, so who's not to say they might not come back to this idea after all. Because another interesting point about this concept art is that we don't see Six or Mono in the drawing. It's actually a new child, and one we actually haven't seen in the concept art too. Could this be another possible DLC child, or just a way to demonstrate the Barber's gruesomeness? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think of the Barber below. Let me know any theories you have about the Barber after seeing him today, or if you've already seen him. Remember, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like on it, and remember to hit subscribe if you're really enjoying and want more Little Nightmares 2 theories. But with that being said, I'd like to take a quick moment to thank all the members of the channel. The extra support really goes a long way, so I thank you all again once more. And again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching this video in particular, and make sure to let me know what you think in the comments below. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I wish you the best morning, day or night wherever you are in the world. Stay safe, and I'll see you all in the next theory video. Bye.